Good evening, a quick one from the archive. This evening we'll be talking about not typing, not the lazy fox jumps, but about the Fennec fox and a normal fox from Burrows and Badgers, the inimitable skirmish game of anthropomorphic animals by Michael Lovejoy. Kind of Wind in the Willows meets Squid Game. So I'd never heard of a Fennec fox before in my life, but I think you can only have one of them in your faction, and compared to a normal fox, they're a little bit cheaper, a little bit slower, just as good at fighting, not as good at shooting, a bit more nimble, harder to hit, and a bit better at kind of sniffing things out, which comes in useful in the various scenarios. Now, it was either by an entire army of Perry miniatures Sudanese, or have a bit of fun with a single charismatic Oathsworn miniature, which is what I did.
So I mixed a lot of white with one of the lighter Games Workshop greys, I think Astronomic Grey, and did a base coat on the robes, and then just kept adding white. Not too many layers, maybe 3 or 4, till the ultimate highlights were only generally white. I mixed Chicaro orange, which is a very it's a base orange with a lot of good pigment in it. But it's very insipid, it's got no real, it's not the usual kind of orangey, luminous glow, but that's good. And I mixed in one of the lighter Games Workshop browns, I can't remember which one. And then just kept highlighting. And the rectangles, I thought I would keep simple because, you know, it's just a flat two-dimensional garment. It's not going to have 15 layers of highlight. So it might only be 2 layers of highlight. And I can't remember if I said, but these days I keep metals pretty simple. It's just one coat, well, a few coats, but no highlights. And a bit of a wash and maybe one very light highlight where I think the sun might gleam.
And I can never remember if it's Nimue or Morgana Le Fay, the 2 female characters in The Legend of Arthur, who are a witch and wear a mask, or if it's both of them. But that's clearly the context, the inspiration here for this foxy druidess.
This one was pretty straightforward. Again, I kept the cloak pretty simple, only a few layers. Kept the metal simple, only a few layers. The fur I've already discussed. The only thing here is that I'm not really sure how to paint kind of light source painting, so the flames could have been done a lot better. I mean, they're basically just, you know, red around the hand, highlighted up to yellow for the flames. But I suppose, you know, the whole arm would be a different colour, much lighter, you know, infused by light. Anyway, something to work towards. And people always like a scale image. That's obviously a Dominion Stormcast Eternal from Games Workshop, and that's a normal 28mm Foundry figure.
There was a bit of an accident, I remember, with my Nuln oil, which I swear was closed when I knocked it over, but clearly not closed enough. And if anyone has a suggestion as to what to replace it with without buying more Nuln oil, I'd appreciate it. That's it for this evening. Like if you thought this was of interest. Comment if you have a better way, or any way, frankly, or a link to how to do flame in a kind of simple way that's not 20 layers. I'm guessing maybe I need to put black at the top, but anyway, we'll see. And subscribe if you want to see the rest of the quite extensive Burrows and Badgers collection as I dredge it all up from the garage, piece by piece.